Good morning, everybody, man. It's Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Man, oh man. Y'all know, y'all hear me harp about music, how much I love playing music and writing and producing. And, I'm going back to the times, when it started to change. When I graduated high school, we videotaped the graduation. So I'm watching the tape of that. And way back then, it was 1989, going into 90. Man, it was a good time. Everybody's laughing, joking, and hugging, and coming together. We had that camaraderie, communication, and nobody's got a cell phone in their face because there was no such a thing, And now, everything's a cell phone and everything's social media now. Man, times were so much better. Sometimes I think social media is bad for us. And of course, that's the way that the music business is going, and the movie business is internet. But looking back, man, oh man, and it was safer. I'd go to a place in Fayetteville called the Flaming Mug where they had live bands playing stuff. And music was my thing, man. I checked out every band. I loved every one of them, man. The music scene. I was learning where the clubs were where a band could play. Of course, I got a band together and we played a lot. Started out playing rock and metal and stuff like that, and then I found out I could make good money if I switched to country because there was a country joint on every corner, and they were willing to pay good live bands, so that's what I did. I still do the music. I love the writing part, and I just wanted to be an artist. I could care less about being famous. I just want to be an artist. And my music, man, you can catch it on Brian K. Walker YouTube. Look it up on YouTube. I got a bunch of songs on there. Some good, some bad, some like me, some don't. But, and I'm just learning how to do TikTok now, so I'm doing songs on TikTok. And the country music, man, is what I really enjoy. And some of the artists now, Zach Top, he's got my attention because that's the kind that I like to write. Is what he sings, Zach Top. Luke Combs, kind of like him. I really like Eric Church because he puts a lot of rock in his stuff. I like that. But I mainly listening to the old artists. I'm friends with Jeff Bates. I love listening to him. I love Terry McBride in the Ride. I just love that style. And I knew it wouldn't go out. It's slowly coming back. But a lot of times you see me on my videos talking about politics, and it's just things that make you mad, but you got to move on. Government's going to do what the government does, so. But, you have an opinion. A lot of times you're hated for your opinion. I might not like your opinion, but I don't want to hurt you or do something to you. But I wanted to get on here and talk about how the times has changed, man. Nostalgia. I mean, it just gives you, when I hear a song on the radio that reminds me of that time, man, it just puts me in that time frame. Everybody was together. Now everything is just separate. It's dangerous to even go out. I mean, you got people shooting at each other, young thugs running around shooting. People want to start an argument with you at the grocery store over silly stuff. All these people going on mental tirades. And if they would line the politicians' pockets with money on the mental issues, we wouldn't see all this mental stuff going on. I truly believe that. They would be, if their pockets were lined with money on the mental stuff, they'd get something done. But I'm just glad I live out in the country. I'm in a country area just a mile and a half away from the small town of what we call Parkton, North Carolina. I grew up here with my grandmother and grandfather. Went to school in Fayetteville. We used to live in Fayetteville. Of course, I'm about 3 miles from Fayetteville. About 5 miles on the outside of a town called Hope Mills. That's where my high school was. So, when I look at it now, man, I'm retired. Lucky. That's a good thing. I got a lot of time to do my music. I got a lot of time on my hands where I can really sit down and concentrate and write songs and try to do a good production. And the only thing I lack that I truly love in music around my area, man, I can do a lot of the guitars and the bass and the drums and all of that, but piano, I got that covered. But a pedal steel player, they're hard to find around here, and so I'm gonna have to look somebody up to send my material to, and once I do a finished product, send them a copy of it and see if they can go in it and put steel in it or something other like that. So I really love that steel guitar. That's what makes country to me is that steel. So, of course, that's me though. That is me. Everybody's off for work today. Well, let me get back to trying to fix up the old pickup truck that I got. Just wanted to shout out to everybody. All right, man. Give me a thumbs up. Hit like and subscribe if you like what you see and hear, man. And y'all have a good one.